Hey everyone. A couple people wanted me to attempt to do a video to show some hats I posted on Facebook group on how I did this two different color stranded braid stitch, and also how I added the beads to the braid stitch on these two. This one I just did a braid and added a couple. This one I went all the way up. So I'm going to attempt, wish me luck, to show you guys how I did this. Alright, so I have one here that I put on the Addi. This is on the Addi King, the big one. That's the only one well, no, I have the little one too, but this is the Addi. So all my Addi friends out there, here we go. So I did this, two different colors. This is going to be the hat, this shorter part. This is going to be the brim and the inside. Oh, I should have used a different color now that I look at it. Matches this too much, but that's okay. We're not going to be doing that part. Alright, so, and if you wanted to know, I did 108 rows, 40 for the top part of the hat, and then 68 for the brim and liner that's going to be tucked in. So let me find where... should be here. That's another thing, a mistake. I'm going to tell you all my mistakes. When you start your hat, when you put it on and you start it on the Addi, start it with the brim liner color. So that way, the only part of this hat I'm going to do the braid stitch on is going to be, just like this hat, the top part of the hat. I'm not gonna, you could continue it down if you wanted to, but I'm just gonna do the colored part. So my drop stitch is gonna come from the colored part, if that makes sense, which you would do when you're finished your hat and you go and you take your red little needle and you hook them all off. I just took one off. I just dropped one stitch, I should say. And I usually, another mistake I made, I usually will drop that stitch on the opposite side of my black needle to stay away from, most people do their color change when you cut off the one color and you add the next color. They do it at the black needle. So you don't want to drop your stitch anywhere near the black needle, because if you do a drop stitch and then there's your tying part, you're running into that and that kind of ruins it. So, which I've done before. So, learn from me. So, I dropped the stitch. Here it is. Let me zoom in. Shoot. I'm so bad at this. Okay, here's my stitch. Just dropped one. Okay, so you would undo it. Oh, and I'm assuming everyone knows how to make hats or do the drop stitch, or I'm not going to sit there and waste time on my Addi, you know, spinning it and showing you how to drop a stitch or starting it or ending it. If you do not, stop this video, go onto YouTube. That's how I learned. There's so many great people and teachers out there. Gosh, to name a few, I think I wrote them down. Let's see. Oh, Margaret Olander, I think is her last name, from Sheepishly Sharing. She has so many videos on the Addi. She does comparisons of them. She's fabulous. You must find her. I will attempt to put all these people down below in that description, and you know, help you guys out with trying to get to their channels. But if not, I'll definitely list their names. But I'm going to attempt to put them in there where you can click on it and find them. But my computer skills are not so great. Who else is on? Oh, Yay for Yarn. I'm sorry, I don't know some of these people's names. She has quite a few Addi tips and tricks and the cutest little voice. I don't know what she looks like, but I picture her being like, you know, 5 foot nothing and just tiny little thing. Anyway, she sounds adorable. JoJo. Oh, JoJo. She has some great ones. She has a great headband tutorial I learned from. So many great videos. Susie, who's also on Facebook, I forget her last name, she has a YouTube, Addi King Loomers and Knits, and also a Facebook too. I'm going to list all the great Facebook groups I'm in for circular machine knitting. There's quite a few. I think there's a woman named Fatima that has a Facebook group. Who else? Oh, I just found a new one. Knitting Machine Queens is on Facebook. But if you're on Instagram, that's actually how I found them. They're called Angie and Britt. Britt. Go on Instagram, go under their profile, and check out some of the videos they have. I learned a new stitch for the headband, how to close that, which I thought was pretty cool. And they have some really nice pictures of their knitting machine hats and whatnot. So I will link them too below if I can figure it out. So anyway, back to what we're doing. I'm going to have to tell you guys, since I'm babbling on where the actual video starts, because I can't stand the babbling either. So we got our drop stitch, which I learned from, wait, did I talk about Little John's yarn? Hold on. What's her name? I don't know her name either. Little John's Yarn, though, on YouTube. Fabulous. Fabulous teacher. Tons of videos. This is how I learned the drop stitch scarf, the drop stitch headband is a great one, because that's how I learned the braid. Check her out. And I think she has her own Facebook group too. So I don't want to forget her because she's fabulous. Alright, so we're going to bring this down because I don't want my braid to go into my brim like this one. That's going to be my brim. This lighter color is going to be my brim. This is going to be my hat. I want to start my braid stitch where these two meet. Okay? So, I get my glasses because I'm old. Going to take it all the way down to my last. See that? Where that's popping up. Oh, well, of course we need. Okay, so for this, I chose a color similar to this for the yarn I stuck in here. I did not use this yarn itself because I thought it was a little thin. I wanted a thicker yarn here so you wouldn't be able to like see through. I thought this would just be too thin. So this is what I'm going to use. It's a thicker yarn. Let's see if I can get it in view. Backwards. I'd say this is probably a 5, maybe a 6. I don't know. Play around. You can even probably put two pieces of yarn together to make one if you don't have a thick one. But this might be Woolly's Quick and Thick, maybe. I don't have the tag thing anymore because I'm not that organized. Okay, so let's see. I'm in camera here. First thing is I'm going to pick up 3 stitches. I'm going to pull it through that one. Then I'm going to grab my thick yarn, leave a little bit of tail because you're going to need it to hide the end inside. Pull it through. Pick up 3 more, pull it through the gold yarn. Don't grab your end, get that out of the way. We're going to chain 1. Go down, pull the next 3, pull it through, chain 1. Next 3, pull through, chain 1. I tend to have a tight grip, so you want to try and do this loosely so that it doesn't pull on the hat when you're done. Next 3, pull through, take your added yarn, pull it through. Next 3, pick up, pull through, chain 1. That's it. That's how we're going to do it. I started playing around to see if, let's say you didn't want to pick up 3. Let's say you want to pick up 2. Pull it through. Let's see if there's a difference. Pick up 2, chain 1, pick up 2, chain 1, pick up 2, chain 1. Let me see. I don't think there's much of a difference, but for some reason, I probably, from the tutorial I saw before, I pick up 3. I think that's what she did. She picked up 3, so. Oh, the hook, 4.5 millimeter hook. You want to make sure the hook is big enough to grab that chunky yarn mainly and pull it through. Anything smaller for the chunky yarn, just like crocheting with it, you wouldn't want to use because you needed to grab that yarn and pull through. So, onward, let's do 3 again. 3, pull through, chain 1. 3, pull through, chain 1. Now, when we get up to the top, I can still see the 3 here. Sometimes it gets tricky. Chain 1. Now let's see what's left. There's usually 2 left, I feel like. Okay, so where am I? We don't, let me zoom in. We don't want to grab, see this yarn that's going through these little loops? Don't want to grab this yarn. And that is the same yarn that is, if you pull this and you follow it, let's follow it. I'm going to hold that. See that move? That's the one you don't want, okay? Let's go back. Now I feel like I'm too zoomed. This is the one I don't want, and I was right, there's 2 left, which is fine. 2 left, 1 left, 3 left, 4 left, whatever. Pull them through. Because this is going to be the top of the hat that's going to get cinched. So really, the braid's not going to look any different, I don't think. And then our last pull through. What I do, I didn't cut this yet, let me cut it. I feel like I'm still too zoomed in. Oh God, people bear with me. I will pull that out. And then, actually before you cinch it up, I would then go in. Wait, did I? Only made one of these. Did I go in and secure it? Yeah. Go in, sew that in, make a little knot, weave in and out, however you want to do it, however you do it with knitting and crochet. So let's say I went in there. Actually, I lied again. You wouldn't close this because you still gotta fold this up. See, I'm horrible at videos. Fold this up, cinch them, whatnot. So let me actually show you this last. So that we have this last piece hanging out here. Where's my needle? I'm going to take this, and where it's coming out of, I'm going to go right down in next to it. Don't go through both layers, just the one. Pull it in. Okay, and you're done. So then I would go on the inside, and I would knot that off or weave it in. I'm going to suggest you weave it up through this area that you did the braid on rather than over here or something, because you might see that color come through there. So maybe make a little knot there, right? So let's say we did that. Back to our hat. So now you're going to, like you normally would, let me zoom out a little more. Someday I'll get this. And we're going to fold this up Should have grabbed the string. Really? Really? Ay, ay, ay. Where is it? Oh my gosh, here it is. People. Make a video, they said. It'll be great, they said. You know what? Okay. So we sewed in both ends. We tied this up, knotted it off as we normally would. I always stick a pom-pom on top. I don't know, I just feel like it completes the hat, but of course you don't have to. So then we would, you know, of course stretch it out, whatnot. I mean, you could wear it like this with, you know, it going right up the front. For some reason, I don't know. I like it a little off to the side. So this would be the front of your head and just be off to the side. I don't know. But that is it, people. I hope you liked it. I know, I babbled. So there's my brim. There's the hat. That's it. Oh, wait, I'm going to show you, I was playing around with stitch, and let's say you didn't, you know, well, that looks good, of course, but, you know, let's say you wanted to change it up and you didn't want both colors shown and just this color showing. I was playing around, and I'm going to show you real quick, here, right, how to do that, okay? Hold on. Okay, so we're back down to where we started. I'm going to take my thicker yarn. I have just the first colored piece of yarn there through my hook. Pull up 3. Attach your thicker yarn. Go through the 3 and the one on your hook, so like a slip stitch. Chain 1. Get the tail out of the way. Next 3. Pull through the blue, green, whatever that color is, and then through the yellow. Chain 1. So technically we're just doing a slip stitch. 1, 2, chain 1. Keep it loose. 1, 2, chain 1. Pick up 3, yarn over with the thicker yarn, go through the 3, through the 1, chain 1. And I do the chain 1 just to keep it loose, otherwise I found that it was a little tight. Pick up 3, go through, chain 1. Pick up 3, slip stitch, chain 1. Do a couple more and then I'll show you how it looks. Slip stitch, chain 1, yarn over, pull through again, chain 1. And so, just pull this out. That's how it looks compared to the last one. I'll actually, you know what, I'll take a picture of this and the other one, and then I'll do a side by side so you can kind of see what that. And then you would do the same thing, go all the way up, pull it through, bring this, cinch them, and then you would have your stitch. Let's see, I'll bring it a little closer. So that kind of almost looks like just a single crochet up the hat. Where the other one, see how this one's just showing the one color? That other one shows both colors, which I kind of like, showing both. But, you know, something different if you just wanted to show the one. And you could also do what's called, I believe, surface crochet. I don't know how to knit, so that's why I'm showing you this kind of stuff. Hence the reason I bought the Addi machine, where you could just do what I showed you here But going through, I'm going to go through both layers, but obviously if you're making something and you wanted to hide it on the inside, but I'm just going to do it because it's easier for me to see the yarn to show you. You would put your hook in, get whatever yarn you're going to use. I'll use the same one since I have it out. Pull up a loop, skip a loop, maybe even two, not the end. Go through to the back, pull up a loop, and then pull that through the loop that was already out. Go down, pull up a loop, pull through. Go down, pull up a loop, pull through. Go down, pull up a loop, pull through. You can make a line, you can make shapes, I guess you could make a circle. I know hearts are very in right now. So if you did an outline, figured it out, and then you would go, of course, on the other side, and you would tighten that one end, wherever you're going to stop, go in, tighten it, and then you would have a line going up the hat. So I've actually been meaning to make one of those. It's just I forget every time because my brain is all over the place thinking about stuff to do with this. Okay, so anyway, could try that. And next I will show you how I add the beads. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I added the beads to the braid stitch. On this one I did some braids and added a couple, and that was it. On the other one I added a whole bunch and put one on, skip one, put one on, skip one. If you put them all together, it's just going to be bunched up. You're not going to see the braid, which is the pretty part, and it's not going to look great. So then I decided just maybe do a couple, which I think looks pretty cool. Maybe even skipping every 3, 4, so you just have a few, whatever floats your boat. As for the beads, I've had this box of beads forever. I got it from Michael Craft Store. I had no tag on it whatsoever because I'm sure I got years and years ago when I was doing something with beads, God knows what, making jewelry, I don't know. I'm all over the place, as you can see. And now it's with the Addi. So all you need is a bead. This is pretty wide bead. As long as it fits through your hook you're using, you're good to go. You could use smaller ones and just get a smaller hook, right? So here we go. Okay, so as usual we have our first piece of yarn on there. I'm actually going to pull up 3 first through that loop. Make sure you have 3. Look, I only have 2 there, so start over. Pull it out. 1, 2, 3. Pull through. You can always check it. Sometimes I do because I end up getting just 2 on there or whatnot. Then you're going to put the bead on, and then you're just going to go and pull up your 3 again. You're going to pull the 3 through the bead and then through these. So pull through the bead, pull through the others. Like I said, I don't put them all next to each other, so we're going to pull up the next 3 and we're just going to pull it through those loops. Then put the bead on. Where's my bead? Actually, let's do every 2. Pull that through, put the bead on. Here's my 3. Again, I kind of try and hold this tight to try and get all 3 as I pull through. Put the hook, the hook. Put the hook down. Sometimes that helps, but don't lose it, obviously. Pull it tight, pull it through. This is the part where you got to try and stay loose, which is hard for me because I'm just a tight crocheter. Can you guys see? Yeah. So let's get our next 3. 1, 2, 3. Pull it through. We'll add a bead. Pull that tight as you pull it through the bead. right? So we got 3 there, 3 there. Pull these through. Here. And then we're not going to put a bead on because we just did. And like I said, you could, oh, I split the yarn. You could do every other, you could do every 2, every 3. It's up to you. I guess it depends on the look you're going for. Having a hard time seeing the next 3. One, 2, 3. Am I still in the picture here? No bead. Pull through. I think I'll skip no bead again, and then we'll add a bead. So, I mean, not rocket science, obviously, or I wouldn't be doing it. Haha. And pull through the bead, pull through. And I would continue up as far as you want, maybe not to the very top because you're going to cinch that. When I got to the top, a lot of times what I do is I take my string from my bind off at the hat and I'll pull that through the last of my 3. So that way I know that's not going anywhere, and then I'll continue to pull the hat tight and whatnot. But I'm just going to release that so I can show you. Okay, that one's not going to stay, but fine. So we now have these beads, but they're hidden underneath. So what I do is go in between your little, I'm going to bring it towards me. Whoa. Oh my god, don't look at my nails. Go in between your V-stitch here, and I pop them through. I not only pop them through, but then I pull them up a little onto the next stitch. So they kind of stay there. So again, find your little V. See it right in there? Pop it up. Next one. Sorry, I'm looking at the camera when I should be looking down at this. Pop it up. And then, see how this one is? And these are kind of janky. Pull it up on the stitch. See how that looks better? Pull it up on the stitch. And this one's going to come off because I didn't secure it, but so that's how I would do it. Back away again. And that is how I add the beads to the braid. Take this, fold it up. This will be brim. This will be your hat. And nope, won't look like that. It will look like this. This one I didn't do a brim at all. Neither did I on this one. This was just a longer one. This one I did do the brim, this stitch, but no beads. But it would look like that with this all the way up. Any questions? Let me know. Hopefully I could answer them. And I do have some more ideas that I'm going to, I don't know, make a video or post a picture of with the braided stitch on doing, I don't know, some more stuff. I sometimes do embroidery, and I started thinking about how I could add certain stitches and embellishments to the knitted hats because I'm getting bored with it and I like to just think of different stuff. So, oh, how cute is this? I'll just show you. I won't show you the other stuff, but how cute is that? I was doing all kinds of stuff to this hat, but I just added one little to this little baby hat. Is that cute? It's just one bead. I thought it was really cute. Which were these beads that I found, of course, in my, I think this light I'm using is too bright. Now that I look at this, jeez. This is just going to be a fabulous video. Look, I can't even figure out what's what. Yeah, okay. Anyway, Michael's Craft Store. It's right down the street from me is where I get most of my stuff. But like I said, any bead that's big enough to fit through your crochet hook, and you're all set. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope this explained something. We'll say. Bye.